The Night Doorbell presenting The Devil Show.
This story's title is Ghostly Horror in Servant's House. In a small, secluded village, nestled deep within a forest, stood an old, decrepit house. The villagers called it the servant's house due to its sinister history. No one had lived there for decades, and it was said to be cursed. One gloomy evening, a young couple, Shri and Mark, moved to the village, seeking solace from their hectic city life. They rented the servant's house, unaware of its dark past. The villagers warned them about the eerie occurrences that had taken place, but the couple brushed off the superstitious tales. As night fell, the house came alive with unsettling whispers and eerie creaks. Shri and Mark attributed it to the house's age and ignored the unsettling feeling that crept over them. However, things escalated quickly. Footsteps echoed in empty rooms, and strange apparitions appeared at the corner of their vision. A shadowy figure, dressed in old-fashioned servant attire, wandered through the hallways, moaning softly. At first, the couple dismissed these occurrences as tricks of their imagination. One chilling night, Shri awoke to find her husband missing. Panicked, she heard Mark's voice calling her from the basement. As she descended the creaking stairs, a chilling coldness engulfed her. In the dim light, she saw Mark, pale and terrified, standing before a dusty mirror. Mark's reflection didn't mimic his movements. Instead, it twisted into a grotesque, malevolent grin. He turned toward Shri, his eyes void of life, and whispered, "We're not alone." Terrified, Shri grabbed Mark's arm, pulling him away from the mirror. But the room had changed. The basement was now a shadowy labyrinth with endless corridors, each leading to eerie encounters with tortured spirits. They saw a ghostly maid scrubbing an eternal stain, a spectral butler polishing phantom silverware, and countless others trapped in their past servitude. Desperate to escape, Shri and Mark followed an ethereal presence guiding them through the maze. It led them to a hidden room, filled with dusty journals revealing the house's grim history. The servant's house had been a place of cruelty, where servants had suffered abuse and neglect at the hands of a sadistic master. The couple realized that the vengeful spirits sought justice, and only by revealing the truth could they set the tormented souls free. Armed with newfound knowledge, they confronted the malevolent entity that had ensnared them. Through a harrowing seance, Shri and Mark unveiled the dark secrets of the house, exposing the malevolent master's heinous deeds. With the truth revealed, the spirits found peace, their anguished cries turning into whispers of gratitude. As dawn broke, the servant's house fell silent, its oppressive presence finally lifted. Shri and Mark, exhausted but triumphant, decided to leave the house behind, vowing to share the tragic story of the servant's house with the villagers. Years passed, and the legend of the servant's house served as a chilling reminder to the villagers, deterring anyone from venturing near it. The couple, Shri and Mark, found peace in their new life far from the haunted abode, their shared experience strengthening their bond. However, the darkness that had plagued the house still lingered in the deepest corners of the forest, waiting for another unsuspecting victim to cross its path. One stormy night, a group of adventurous teenagers from the village decided to challenge the legends and explore the servant's house. Armed with flashlights and their skepticism, they entered the decaying structure. As they ventured deeper, the house seemed to come alive once again. Whispers and ghostly apparitions emerged, mimicking the horrors that Shri and Mark had endured. The teenagers' bravado began to wane as they realized that the legends were not mere tales. But unlike the previous inhabitants, this group did not possess the knowledge needed to appease the vengeful spirits. Panic and chaos ensued as they desperately tried to find an escape route, but the house seemed to twist and turn, confounding their every effort. Hours passed, and the storm outside grew stronger, matching the turmoil within the haunted house. The spirits tormented the teenagers relentlessly, drawing them deeper into the house's dark history. As morning broke, the storm finally subsided, and the villagers, alarmed by the disappearance of their youth, gathered near the servant's house. They could hear the faint cries and pleas for help emanating from within. Terrified but determined, the villagers contacted Shri and Mark, the only ones who had successfully faced the house's malevolent forces. Together, they formed a rescue team armed with the knowledge and courage to confront the spirits. Guided by Shri and Mark's experience, they navigated the twisting corridors and confronted the vengeful entities, revealing the dark secrets once more. With the truth exposed, the spirits finally found solace, and the house grew still. The teenagers were rescued, shaken but alive, their harrowing experience forever etched in their memories. The servant's house, having claimed yet another group of unwitting trespassers, remained dormant, a grim testament to its sinister history. In the aftermath of the rescue mission, the village took even stronger measures to safeguard the dark secrets of the servant's house. They erected a tall, forbidding fence around the property, adorned with warning signs, and posted guards to deter anyone from attempting to enter. Shri and Mark, the couple who had survived their own encounter with the malevolent spirits, became the keepers of the legend. They continued to share their story with newcomers and tourists who dared to ask about the ominous house on the outskirts of the village. Their accounts served as a chilling reminder that some mysteries should remain untouched. Over time, the village flourished, and life returned to a semblance of normalcy. But the servant's house remained an enigma, a shadowy presence looming in the background, never forgotten. Yet, despite the warnings and the legends, there were always those who were drawn to the unknown. Over the years, a handful of brave or foolish souls attempted to breach the barriers and uncover the secrets hidden within the cursed walls. Each time, the malevolent spirits stirred, ready to ensnare new victims, their thirst for vengeance undiminished. Some of these trespassers vanished without a trace, while others were found, their minds forever scarred by the horrors they had witnessed. The legend of the servant's house persisted, evolving with each encounter, each person who dared to challenge its dark history. It became a tale whispered in the dead of night, a story of caution and dread passed down through the generations. As the years rolled on, the servant's house remained an ominous fixture in the village's lore. The village grew, modernizing and welcoming new residents, but the cursed house remained a constant reminder of the past. Shri and Mark, now elderly, continued their mission to educate newcomers about the dangers that lay within the house's walls. They held annual gatherings in the village square, where they recounted their own harrowing experience and warned against any attempts to breach the fence that surrounded the property. The villagers, too, played their part in preserving the dark history. They organized patrols to ensure that the fence remained secure, and a watchful eye was always cast over the forest to detect any curious souls who might approach the house. Despite these efforts, the servant's house still exerted a magnetic pull on some. There were those who were intrigued by the legends, drawn by the allure of the unknown. These individuals, often outsiders who had not grown up with the chilling tales, underestimated the horrors that awaited them. And so, the cycle continued. Every few years, a brave or foolish interloper would attempt to breach the fence, convinced that the stories were mere superstitions. They would be lured into the house's eerie depths, where the malevolent spirits lay in wait, thirsting for revenge. The villagers, experienced in dealing with such incidents, would spring into action, embarking on rescue missions to free the trapped souls. They had learned that the key to appeasing the spirits was in revealing the house's dark history, and they had become experts in unraveling its secrets. Each encounter added a new layer to the legend of the servant's house, further cementing its status as a place of horror and dread. The village embraced its role as guardians of the cursed estate, ensuring that the cycle of curiosity and terror would continue, even as time marched forward. And so, the servant's house remained a dark enigma, a testament to the enduring power of legends and the eternal struggle between the living and the restless dead. Its story continued to be written in whispers and shadows, a chilling tale that refused to be forgotten. With this story ends here. If you like the story, then like the video and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to pass it so that you keep getting such interesting stories. Thank you.